Hey everybody, it's TR and got another video. Now I know the algorithms may say not to put out too many in one day or at once, but you know, I'm confident this is going to be seen by upwards of 25 people. So actually this one may get seen by a few because of what I'm going to put in the title. This is going to be a Fender player Strat video. I have a player Strat. Okay, my good friend Ted of Ted Talks Guitars and Life, check for the link below, Ted, recently got himself, he's a Telecaster man, and he got himself a made in Mexico real Fender Telecaster because after reviewing lots of bargain Amazon and off-brand Telecaster style guitars and kits and whatnot, he decided he wanted to once again own one that said Fender, just to have it because he wanted to. But the question is, what kind of quality is Fender giving you these days? Now, as I often remind you, I've been around a while, so I've seen this. Back in the day, when the Mexican-made Fenders came out, they were quite the deal, and they were really good guitars. I have, although it's in two pieces, a 92, which is one of the earlier years of the Mexican. I mean, two pieces is I put a new neck on it, and then when I realized I had that neck laying around and a square body became available, I popped that on the original neck. The original guitar body has a souped up Fender neck, but that's a story for another day. I happen to own a player Stratocaster. I don't have a player 2. I have set up a player 2 Telecaster. I have also set up for the same buddy of mine a American Telecaster by Fender, and I'm here to tell you the difference of the $1,000 was not warranted, but that's another story too. So I have my player Stratocaster. It's 2018. It has had a couple of small upgrades. I have put locking tuners on it, because I don't know what they're going for now, but at the time they were like $45, so I like the convenience of locking. The other upgrades on it have been work I did on it, and that's what I want to talk about is work. This is one of my heavier Stratocasters. She's a soggy one, okay? I said it's a 2018. This is 2026. So we're going on 8 years old here. And I'm still dealing with fret sprout, although it's super dry in here. I live up on the Canadian border, and we have been constantly below zero for going on 2 weeks now. I mean, the daytime highs might get up to, you know, like 3 or 4 degrees. So the forced air heat's running a lot, and it's as dry can be. But still, the good thing is as they dry out, they start to feel real nice. But I'm gonna want to say that when I received this guitar, there was a lot of moisture on board. So one of the things that the Player 2s have above the Player Strats is they added a rolled fingerboard. They also went back to rosewood. This is Palfero, or however you say it. And as nice of a wood as it is, you know, believe it or not, this used to be an upcharge, Palfero, until it became the only availability, and then of course, you know, it was no longer an upcharge. It just looks dry. It's got a more chocolatey, it's not as dark, more chocolate milk, I mean, when I say chocolatey color to it, and it just always looks dry, no matter how much you moisturize it. The fingerboard edges were not rolled. So what I did to this, and I'll show you a close-up, is I got rid of the fret tangs were sticking out. That's how much sprout I had. The tangs were actually sticking out. So I used my tool I have for doing fret edges. Now, mind you, even though I may not be an expert guitar tech, I have done refrets. I have tools for refretting guitars. So I have a special tool to bevel the edges of the guitar, take care of the tangs and bevel the edges. I did that. I rolled the fingerboard because there was quite a sharp edge on this fingerboard where it went from the side to the top. I mean, it was sharp. I'm not talking the frets, I'm talking the wood. And what I did is I took a razor blade. You know, this is not do-it-yourself kind of stuff, right? But in the end, I have as you know, the picture shows, I have a really, really nice board on here. Other things out of the box, neck alignment was off. I had to do the old Fender neck knock, loosen up the neck and manipulate it to get the neck where it needed to go. I mean, other basic setup, things like action and truss rod and stuff, that's going to happen. But yeah, so sharp fret edges because the wood was wet and soggy, and very sharp edge for it being non-rolled. And what I am here to show you today is string tree. I had originally put on this, let me see if I'm still in focus here. Yeah, I had originally put on this barrel tree that I got from Warmoth, and they're okay. And I've recently started replacing my string trees with a different kind of string tree. My friend J-Man mentioned in one of his recent videos that he didn't even really care for the barrel ones that much. You know, your mileage may vary, but I thought a string tree is a cheap upgrade. And I upgraded one of my other Strats with this. So what I have for you here, Fender genuine parts. This is the Ultra string tree. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that's just a butterfly string tree like the cheap ones have. Let me show you the guitar these come on. They're not just a butterfly, because if you take a close look, you can see that these are actually not just stamped. They're kind of like machined. And they're smooth, rounded edges, and they are one piece, and they are crafted. So anyways, this is going to get one of those today. It's a super quick and easy job. I know I say I don't usually show working on guitars. We're going to do that today because this is quick and easy. I'm going to loosen the strings. So there's not tension on there. And I'm going to take my screwdriver and I'm going to take that nasty old barrel tree off of there. I'll send it to J-Man in Prince Edward Island. I mean, it's not a cheap tree. Now, this, like I said, this is a Warmoth. I'm going to save that. I'm going to put that in my parts collection. And we're going to... These are the pack of two, by the way. They're, with tax and all, it's $11.11. So it's $10 and change. If you shop around, you might be able to get them for you like, you know, $9.99 or something. I ordered it on Amazon. It was convenient. I'm thinking the ones you find for a little bit better price, maybe places that charge shipping. I don't know. You let me know. This screw, let's see if it's a little bigger or not. I may need to take a quick leave and come back and get some wax if that's the case. Oh, let's drop one on the floor. We can step on it later and see how it feels. So you can see it's super chrome, super shiny. It's all one piece. I'll get a close-up of the other one and show you thereafter. We're going to see if this little screw wants to go in there nicely. And if it doesn't want to go in nicely, I'll take it back out and I will lubricate it with a little wax. But I think it's going to go in just fine into the existing hole. These are always fun because they want to spin. I try and get them so they spin into place where I want them. But anyways, basically you can see that's it. So, hey, Ultra string tree right to the top. Locking tuners like one of the Ultras. Rolled fingerboard done by me. And straighten the neck alignment by me. So, can they be a great guitar? Yes, they can be a great guitar, but out of the box, I want to say the actual necks, bodies, and everything are far superior to the cheap brands. The quality control is not. Some of the cheap brands are doing better quality control, so you might be getting a nicer guitar from the cheap brand out of the box. Once the work's done on it, this thing will slay it. But out of the box, it isn't. Come on, Fender, you got to step it up here. You're charging some serious bucks. So anyways, that's my player as has become the known Player 1 Strat. It was just a Player Strat when I bought it back in 2018. But it's my Player Strat, and that's my story today. I was sticking to it, and I hope you kind of enjoyed this a little bit, all 25 of you.